Missions are a couple of things. Number one, this is the 9th successful launch of the LVM-3 vehicle. It demonstrated 100% reliability. All the launches made so far are successful. Second thing is, today's launch is the satellite launch is the another important occasion. The heaviest satellite ever lifted from Indian soil is accomplished today. Close to 6,000 kg, precisely 5,908 kg. That is the heaviest satellite ever lifted from Indian soil, and we have achieved this mission. Third thing is, the orbit, what we have achieved is we were aiming for 520 kilometer circular orbit, 518 by 519.8, less than 1.5 kilometer precision. This is one of the best accuracy achieved by any launcher in the world. And this is the best accuracy so far achieved from Indian launches also. In fact, it is not an incident which happened. We targeted to achieve, and we have achieved this. The fourth accomplishment is, this is the 434th satellite of 34 countries which is lifted from Indian soil. You know, our first satellite mission was, the first launch vehicle mission was only in the year 1980. And in 45 years, we have done 434 satellites of 34 countries also lifted from Indian soil. Another important achievement is the Mark III vehicle. The last vehicle we did this mission on November 2. Today, in 52 days, the second Mark III is successfully lifted off from Indian soil. And another important achievement is, you know, every vehicle we improve the performance of the vehicle by modifying some of the structures, inducting new systems for improving the payload capability. Today, one of the improvements what we have done is, for the S200, the solid motor control system, earlier we used to have electro-hydraulic actuator, which is a very complex system. For the first time, India has developed a very heavy, high powerful electromechanical actuator, and that is also inducted. And we have improved by some other improvements. We have improved the payload capability of the vehicle, approximately 150 kg plus we have improved in this mission. And with this, it is very important and very important mission for us, because you all know this is the vehicle which is human rated and identified for the Gaganyaan program for India. So when 9 successful vehicles, successful, and all LVM-3 vehicles are successful, it improves our confidence for the Gaganyaan program. And here, you know, all my colleagues, ISRO, it is not a individual single man work, it is a teamwork. We have got Mr. Victor Joseph, who is the mission director for this mission. We have got Batma Kumar, the director of Satish Dhawan Space Center. We have got Mr. Rajarajan, the director of Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. We have got Mohan, director of Liquid Propulsion System Center. Also the acting chairman and managing director of New Space India Limited. Then we have got Dr. Anil Kumar, the director of ISRO with us. We have got Mr. Ganesh Pillai, scientific secretary, Department of Space, and Mr. Asir Pakiraj, the director of the ISRO Propulsion Complex, Mahendragiri. He is there, and we have got other senior colleagues. So with that, now I leave it to you for a couple of questions, whatever clarifications you want. So we are here to answer. Before that, let me just leave it to the mission director to say a few words.
And this LVM-3 M6 mission we have achieved within a very remarkable short time frame. First time we are having back-to-back missions of LVM-3, and that too it was achieved within a time frame of 50 days. And that required a very large amount of synchronization, coordination between multiple centers, SHAR, VSSC, LPSC, across centers it was done. And as Chairman Sir said, it is one of the best orbit with the accuracy what we have achieved. And also the performance of the vehicle, we could improve compared to earlier missions, as it's almost around 170 kg in GTO kind of orbit we are able to improve with improvements in the actuation system as well as some improvements in designs or structural designs, etc. Now the vehicle is much more capable. Now the kind of payload capability in GTO is almost 4,400 kg in the GTO orbit. And now with this additional host of improvements and technologies we have demonstrated, we are in a much better shape for the future missions, including the Gaganyaan missions. Thank you.
Now, Rashika. You can speak.
Sir, so congratulations, sir. Sir, any further new information about Chandrayaan-4 mission?
Chandrayaan-4 and Chandrayaan-5, both the missions, the program is approved by Government of India. You all know Chandrayaan-4, Chandrayaan-3, we successfully soft landed near South Pole of Moon, and we are the first country to accomplish that mission. Chandrayaan-4 is a mission where we have to soft land, take sample and bring back and do experiments. So it's a sample return mission, and this will be accomplished by 2 launch vehicles. We have the mass of the spacecraft is close to 9,600 kg, and towards that lot of activities are done. When 2 satellites are taken and then we have to dock, land, come back and again dock. Towards this, one of the very important experiment what we have accomplished this year is the space docking experiment. Space docking, connecting 2 spacecraft together. This experiment is done multiple times with high level of maturity that is done. And today, the entire activities, development activities progressing well to meet the launch target as committed. Now, Vian Siddharth.
Sir, you mentioned about the payload enhancement, right? So, just wanted to ask you about payload enhancement to GTO. So now you're saying it's 4,400 kg to GTO, because last mission we did 4.4 tons, but it was to sub GTO, around 30,000 was the apogee. So I'm just checking whether now LVM3 can lift directly 4,400 to GTO. And this actuator component, if you can also elaborate what it really means. Does it mean that lighter parts are used and the vehicle mass is reduced? What does it mean, please?
First of all, let me come back to the payload. So when you define the payload has to be linked with the orbit. So last mission, it was, we were lifting 4,400 kg to geotransfer orbit, GTO. And then we understood the vehicle capability is not 4,400 to GTO, and we achieved the orbit close to little lower bound. And this time, we have done lot of improvements. Suppose, if this vehicle accomplished that mission, it would have placed exactly in the required orbit, because almost 150 kg economy we have improved. Second thing is, whatever satellite lifted, today we have placed in the lower orbit, 520 kilometer orbit. I only want to make a statement once again. From Indian soil, in 1980, we placed 35 kg satellite in the orbit using SLV-3. And from that, gradually we are improving, and we are targeting the Mark 3 to take it to close to 9,500 kg. But this is the heaviest satellite till today lifted from Indian soil and placed in the orbit. Of course, it's the lower orbit.
Yeah, so just to follow up, please, 9,500 kg, you are referring to using C-32 engine for Gaganyaan in future, right?
You are right.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Subramanian. And electromechanical actuator, Rajarajan, can you just say a few words?
Yeah, it is a system put to have a good improvement in reliability, to remove last mile preparations, and the electromechanical actuator provides a payload gain of 85 for each stage, and also so that resulting into a minimum of 150, and reducing the parts and make it ready, test it and keep it ready. So this is one of the good developments which elsewhere in the world also we are also put in place the state-of-the-art system in place. Thank you.
Subramanian.
Need to go to French Guiana to launch satellites, sir? French Guiana to need to need to go to French Guyana and launch 2 satellites, sir?
No, say today, as you are aware, we have got 4 operation vehicles with us. PSLV, GSLV, Mark 3, SSLV is also going to be operational. We have got capability to place in orbit up to, in fact, 8,000 kg, up to that level, we have built the capability. But when you talk about the space program and space activities, the international collaboration and cooperation is part of it. For example, you please understand, this year we have accomplished 2 important missions with USA. And this launch is a purely commercial launch for USA. Doesn't mean that USA doesn't have capability to place this in orbit. So because of the international collaboration cooperation, they also have full trust on us, and they have come and we have launched. And July 30th, we had an important mission, NASA ISRO synthetic aperture radar satellite mission. And USA has invested 10,300 crore to build an antenna and a L-band SAR payload. And then they have brought to us, and we built a similar payload, and we built the satellite, and we have launched. Doesn't mean that USA doesn't have the capability to launch. They have got the capability. And sometimes, in order to have international collaboration, in order to have equal partnership, yes, we have to have launches from other places too. I will not say we will not go or we will not do. It is depending upon the government requirements, needs, on multiple directions, including one is technical capability, another one is cooperative, collaborative approach, and that type of thing. For example, when we have launched 434 satellites, it is again the other countries, 34 countries strongly believed in India and our capability, and they have come and we have launched. Doesn't mean that they cannot go to other countries. So it is a collaborative effort and friendly approach sometimes required, which necessitates the launch from other countries too.
What's the reason of 1 minute delay, sir?
Say, actually, you are aware, in the space, when you launch a object, during the entire travel of the rocket, also the path of the satellite, there should not be any debris, which should not come and disturb. So what we do is, we put a tentative target of the launch window. Then finally, on the last phase, we carry out, continuously monitor what type of debris are there, what is going to come in the path, everything. Depending upon that, the correct time is decided. So it is because of that study, it is done, and generally every country does this, and the final phase they decide the timing depending upon the orbit requirement, depending upon the avoidance of debris on the path of the rocket and on the path of the satellite.
What are the key learnings for ISRO from this launch?
Key?
Learnings.
Say, first and foremost, you all know about our Gaganyaan program. The Gaganyaan program is sending our own Gaganyatris to space using our own launcher. And this is the launcher, Mark 3 launcher is earmarked for that. And when all 9 launches, whatever done by this vehicle is successful, that gives us lot of confidence for that mission. That is one achievement. Second achievement is we wanted to precisely inject to get this one. But every time you will not get that opportunity depending upon the propellant availability, everything. In fact, we targeted, and even though the orbit requirement is 520 plus minus 15 kilometers, we targeted we will place less than 3 kilometers, and we were targeting, and we have achieved less than 2 kilometers. So this is the second achievement. Third achievement is, for the first time, we have inducted electromechanical actuation system for controlling the S200 motor. And earlier it was an electro-hydraulic system, which is a very complex system, and a lot of components, so many things are required. Plus almost 3,500 kg mass is also less by this system. So this system is developed, qualified, and first time you have inducted, it has perfectly worked, and which has given something around 90 to 100 kg payload gain also it can give. Another thing is the lot of improvements we have done in the vehicle for enhancing the payload capability. So net payload capability improvement demonstrated in the vehicle is something around 150 to 170 kg. That also we have demonstrated. And for me, as the Secretary Department of Space, the confidence of the team is the organization confidence. Today the confidence of team is very high by the all successful mission of the LVM-3 rocket, which is a mandate requirement for going ahead with the Gaganyaan program.
So, thank you very much, sir.
No, before we...
Yeah.
No, one second, before we close, we will ask, please hold, you wait your this one. So, as you know, this is a very, very important commercial mission for India. And I want to tell two incidents, then you all youngsters can appreciate. Indian space program was started in the year 1962. 1963, November 21st, we made the first tiny rocket from India. This rocket, small rocket, was given by America. And we were almost 60 years behind the developed countries by stature-wise at that point of time. And 1975, August 1st, was another milestone we achieved. First time, keeping 2,400 television sets in 2,400 villages of 6 states of India, we demonstrated mass communication. For that, a satellite signal is required. We were not having satellite to our credit that time. The satellite signal was given by USA satellite, ATS-6 satellite. And please understand, 50 years back, we were really 60 years behind developed countries in the space activities, because the activity was started much late. Today, we are very happy to report to the entire Bharat, the entire citizens of our country. India has lifted off a commercial satellite from USA, that to a 6,000 kg satellite on commercial basis using our launcher. That is the type of growth which has taken place. And today we are accomplishing entire activity with the total guidance, direction and vision of Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi ji, who is working towards the Viksit Bharat 2047, and we are contributing towards that. So today is a very, very satisfying event for us. And that too this year, 2025 is a very satisfying event that we could accomplish 2 important international missions using our launcher from Indian side. So every Indian can be proud of this great achievement. Now, coming to today's mission, it is a commercial mission which was executed by New Space India Limited, which is a commercial wing under Department of Space, and we have got the Chairman and Managing Director acting, Mr. Mohan with us. Better we will hear him 1 or 2 statements before we sign off. Yes, Mohan.
Good morning to all the press and the media. As already informed, today's mission was very important from the New Space India Limited point of view, especially with respect to the commercial point of view. Just to give a brief, the ISRO launchers of LVM-3, the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, as well as the Small Satellite Launch Vehicle SSLV, are in demand for the launch of satellites for Indian requirement, national requirement, private partners, as well as global partners. So this is one of the major milestone towards providing the LVM-3 on a commercial basis. In fact, the demand for the LVM-3 per year is something like 6 to 10 launches in the future. So many of the global companies have come for requesting launches of the number of minimum 6 launches per year in the coming years, from 26, 27 onwards. So that is a kind of a demand. In that respect, today demonstrating the capability of lifting the heaviest satellite of 6 tons by our own launch vehicle LVM-3, and to such a precision and perfect timing, because the launch window today was 1 minute, and within the 1 minute we have to complete the launch. So the entire team of the service team, the entire team of from all the centers at Sriharikota who have assembled here and carried out the countdown operations last 2 days, meticulously we were able to execute the launch exactly on dot at 8:55:30 seconds. And this in a long way is going to take the credit with respect to the capability and credibility of the New Space India Limited, which is of course standing on the shoulders or riding on the shoulders of the Department of Space. So thanks to Chairman ISRO for giving this opportunity and allowing us to demonstrate the interfacing between the commercial partner from NCIL as well as the global partner from SpaceMobile, Global Mobile from USA. So that's in a nutshell on the specifically the mission advantage. Today, accomplishment of this mission for the New Space India Limited, that is a major accomplishment today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we'll also ask Mr. Batma Kumar to say a few words about the current activities which are going on with respect to approved third launch pad.
Yeah, third launch pad, as you know, that was approved by government last year, and we have started the preliminary design, and we are planning to achieve this entire development, installation, and commissioning by about 4 years. And with respect to that, the activities has been moving. As I indicated, preliminary design is almost over. We are in the starting the procurement phase and identifying the right vendors to deliver us the support that is needed for this mega project. And we are on schedule for the achieving that target in 4 years.
Okay.